good, YouTube squad? Your boy X is back. I know it's been a little minute, but we're here and we're actually diving into some new territory. I literally just threw on YouTube just now, and I was like, all right, that looks like something that I might be able to dissect, look into, and it's quite an interesting title, to be honest with you. It's called "Moms Are Regretting Their Children," and it's getting dark. I'm hoping that there'll be a perspective of fathers, but if not, I'm here. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and look into this and see what it's saying. But I'm gonna just give you a heads up. I think this might be a reaction video that we're doing on another reaction video. I wouldn't normally tend to do this, but it's kind of a last minute thing, so I'm just throwing it out there now. Don't look forward to that in the future. I really don't like riding somebody else's wave, but shit, we gotta kind of do what we gotta do nowadays, right now, and do it when you can. So, anyways, thank y'all ahead of time for watching. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment if you have anything y'all want to share. And yeah, let's go ahead and dive into this shit. Oh yeah, and you know what? I'll put the original video down in the description just to give a shout out to the original person who made this video. Her name is Janae Danielle. All right.
You can love your child but hate being a mom. I literally hate being a mom.
I don't enjoy being a mother. I take a shower, I gotta give him a shower. I buy me a shoe, I gotta buy him a shoe. I get ready in the morning, gotta get him ready in the morning. Gotta drop him off at school before I go to work. Gotta feed him, clothe him, bathe him.
You got 3 kids at 24 years old. You're getting ready to struggle. You're getting ready to cry.
Hey, it's me.
Yeah.
This is not peaches and rainbows. This is hard. I would not wish this
Oh
life
hell
on my
no,
worst enemy.
peaches and rainbows.
Listen to me when I say this.
Speaking
Do
of
not
rainbows.
have kids. I be wanting to give up everything.
There was a point in time where every girl knew what came after school, after the wedding, and after everyone decided she was woman enough. Well, of course, it was a baby.
Women were marrying extremely young. The marriage age range for women was from around age 21 to age 24. And if you weren't married or engaged or even had an eligible suitor by age 25, some would even consider you an old maid. The goal for a lot of these women were to meet a well-to-do man, have children, and have a beautiful home.
This is getting pretty dark already. Shit. How they're putting it right here. It's like, goddamn. It's like the women are like damn near forced to have babies. Of course that's not the case, but I guess in certain situations maybe. There's a lot of weird shit. Damn near anything is a possibility nowadays. So what I just said earlier could definitely be a thing, but the pressure, the psychological things that women go through, especially keeping up with the norms of the society nowadays. This is going to be interesting. We should definitely look into this. I think already hands down that woman has a lot to deal with. Men do too, but when I think about women, especially a mother, shit. Hands down, we are lucky to have y'all. I'll go ahead and say it. Especially the mother of my kids. I don't give her a shout out as much as I should. But yeah, I'm glad that she's there, because like, if it was all on me, I'd have to do it. But like, having somebody that goes through the lengths that she does, even though, me personally, I wouldn't see things as perfect, it's a blessing. Absolute blessing. So anyways, let's carry on.
Came to a woman, it was normal for her to only be seen as a woman by her male attracting and childbearing abilities.
So in the earlier colonial period, Anglo-Americans tended to think about women as being primarily defined by their relationships with their husbands. Obviously, childbearing was one of these marital relationships, but parental authority was generally understood to be in the hands of the fathers. So mothers were seen as important predominantly because of their ability to reproduce.
The goal was to settle down and prioritize everything.
What they just said there, it kind of bothers me, their ability to reproduce. Of course, a man can't do that, but you obviously need the man element to reproduce. So it's weird how people put shit nowadays. You gotta pay very close attention to the words that come out of people's mouth. And that goes for me too. I do too, because sometimes it's just, I don't know if it's an age thing or I'm just tired of people's fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? But sometimes some words pass me by, like intentionally and unintentionally. You know what I'm saying? Let's carry on.
In life that wasn't you.
Experts like noted pediatrician and author Dr. Benjamin Spock and popular advice columnist Ann Landers encourage this homemaker image, advising women to put their children and husbands first, even at the expense of their own needs.
And while this ideology may sound intense and borderline controlling, back in those days, having a child was the one step in life everyone was supposed to take.
In the creation of the family, man and woman fulfill those laws of nature whereby the human race ensures its continuity.
But today, we're uncovering how that one step, the step that pretty much defined womanhood, is now the very thing women are running away from.
The latest data from the CDC reveals the number of births last year dropped by 2%, with the general fertility rate also down 3%, a historic low.
Now, this video isn't going to be made up of me bashing women who prefer to be child-free. I'm also not encouraging y'all to go lay down and have some kids. You'll see why I'm so passionate about that later on. We're going to uncover this huge shift in motherhood that, trust me, gets a lot darker the deeper we go. Welcome to the Girl Talk You Didn't Know You Needed. Now, I'm not saying you have to subscribe. Video we support me and so much, but thank you. I'm pretty sure a lot of my older audience is going to remember. But schools would teach home economic classes that would teach you about adult.
You know what? I think I do remember a class like this when I was in school, and I was in school in the 90s. So yeah, come to think of it, I think they have done away with this, obviously, but it makes you think why. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the world as a whole is trying to make people live fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, do that whole, I don't even know how to put it, but just, you know, get with a mate, have kids, live that lifestyle. I think the world is trying to push that. And when I say the world as a whole, I'm talking about the media, music, society, and the people. You know what I'm saying? You kind of being alone and single is somewhat looked down upon, as opposed to, you know what I'm saying, being in a relationship and shit. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, so this is probably gonna get deep. This is gonna get deep. But yeah, I do want to say right off the rip that it could be seen both ways. You know, as far as like having kids. You know, there's two perspectives nowadays. People that want to have kids and people that don't. And I respect both, you know, because like, for the reason that some people don't want to do it, from what I hear, is that I guess that they see other people going through what they go through and they don't want no parts of that. And that's all cool and dandy. You have the right to make those choices in your life and stay away from certain choices. But on the other hand, me personally being a father, that is an experience that is like no other, you know, in this life. And it takes extreme responsibility, because obviously you can fail being a parent. You know what I'm saying? You could be a bad parent, and you could be a good parent, and I guess you can be a mediocre parent. I don't know, but each situation is different, and I guess the same goes for people who don't or have their reasons. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, y'all. I don't. Let's just carry on.
But most importantly, motherhood.
Well, since you teach home ec, Miss Jenkins, could you tell me what I could learn in home ec that I can't learn at home?
Now,
home
let's take a look
education.
at some of the courses you could
that
take
was definitely a thing.
and see what might help you. Courses in child development help to prepare you for the task of guiding the child's physical, mental, and emotional development. Does that help answer your question, Janice?
Oh, I should say it does. Why, if anyone is going to be married and be a homemaker, it'd be foolish not to take home ec.
I may be the last generation that has experienced a home ec class. I vividly remember bringing those like toy baby dolls home that would wake me up at 3 a.m. in the morning. I also learned how to cook an egg in a plastic bag, but that's beyond the point. Even schools implanted the idea that young women, even before they graduate, should learn how to be a mother.
So I just scanned the bracelet and she wanted a bottle, so I'm feeding her. Feedings can take 25 minutes, unfortunately.
Well, I feel...
You know, this shit is hitting me hard, man. Because, like, again, I said it just a minute ago. Like, why are they taking away these classes? And the reason, even more of a question, why was this class to begin with? You know what I'm saying? Is it really because the Board of Education, that type of shit, the people in control of that, they seemed or deemed it necessary for any woman, and I hate to use this word, but female, you know, just a goddamn girl, to be able to prepare themselves, even if they don't want to go down that route. You know what I'm saying? They deemed it necessary for girls to know this at a young age. But nowadays, you know, you got people, the first thing that comes to mind about thinking about nowadays is how there's this gender crisis. It's like people are just misidentifying themselves. We all know what the hell a person is. You can clearly tell. But some people just, they don't want to identify with the original shit. So I don't know if that has something to do with it, you know, getting into that mind frame as a society or being accepting of that. So they would take away this type of education. This is messing with my mind, to put it lightly. But anyways, we're gonna carry on.
That the real care baby system is good because it prepares you for the experience as a parent. It lets you know that you're not ready.
And we could look at it two ways. You could either see it as a smart, beneficial way to teach not only girls, but boys how to raise children. Teen pregnancy was peak around this time, so if they were creating the babies, might as well teach them how to raise them too.
Now to a disturbing story out of Gloucester, Massachusetts. There's been a dramatic increase in teenage pregnancies there, and authorities think they know why. Some say the high school girls planned it as part of a secret pact.
Or you could see it as a toxic societal way to push motherhood on young girls when they probably shouldn't have even been thinking about it, but maybe that's a bit too deep. I don't know.
What do you think of when you hear the words home economics? Do you imagine a high school class contributing to the continued oppression and subjugation of women? Or do you think of an innovative concept designed to help free women and allow for more equitable time and opportunities?
Moral of the story, home ec taught many people skills that you had no choice but to learn, including money management. And with home ec not even being taught in schools anymore, I depend on Rocket Money, the sponsor of today's video. Since I've moved into a new space, and late subscribe because we all know that can be a hassle. Instead, goal or financial, and you can /low. You could call conditioning, is that it didn't stay that way for long. As the world evolved and changed, so did women culturally. And while having children was still on a lot of women's to-do lists, it started leaving a lot of them with this unfulfilled feeling inside.
I'm with a new baby. That was all exciting too. But once we got into a routine, looking after baby and everything, life became very lonely. And all I was doing was looking after the baby all day and not talking to a soul until my husband came home in the evening. And I felt very isolated.
Now, around this time, women weren't just openly regretting their children, okay? We'll get to that later. But a lot of mothers started feeling feelings that a lot of other mothers were too scared to say out loud.
I've been wanting to get sterilised for a while now. I've been asking since I was 19. And she said to me, oh, so why is it that you don't want to have them? And I said, oh, I feel like I've always known. I've never wanted to be a mother. She said, oh, well, that's not a good reason.
Then, to top it off, let's be real, the world got expensive.
Unfortunately, it's not getting any better. Prices keep rising. The last time inflation was this high.
You know, speaking of this is a side note. I hate to stop it because we're kind of in a deep video. But man, I bought some tacos yesterday, and I bought 10 of them, right? You know, cause I figured, you know, some family members would want some, and the kids, and the shit ended up coming up to like $40-something, which is crazy. I mean, I did get a large French fries as well, but 10 tacos and a large fries is over $40. Something is wrong, because you know I have to slow down with that type of food, and I definitely have. I haven't had tacos in a long ass time, so for me to get them yesterday, it was like something. I got through a hard work weekend, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm getting me some goddamn tacos, and I'm relaxing and chilling, you know, enjoying myself, because I deserve it." But when I ordered the shits and he said $40-something, I was like, "Holy crap!" And I remember last year, the price for them was like, it was definitely way lower than $40. It's just, I don't know, man. That's just a little side note. It's crazy, and it's kind of absurd. It really is absurd that these companies, these businesses, they get away with this shit, you know. And we're obviously egging it on, helping them sustain, because we keep committing to, you know, buying the shit anyway, regardless. So maybe we need to change that. I don't know.
Was 1981.
Housing prices climbed, groceries doubled, and bills were stacking up. And instead of staying home with the babies, a lot of women would rather stay late at the office. Having a baby couldn't just be an emotional decision for some families anymore. With the way the economy was looking, it became a financial one.
A new report from the Brookings Institution, it finds the cost to raise a child from birth to high school is now $300,000.
And much like inflation itself, that cost is
I don't
a
understand
high.
how.
It's only expected to increase over the next 10 years too.
And if that wasn't it,
where the fuck are they getting these numbers from? You know, I know school could cost something. I guess I'm guessing that they're considering. I mean, they said to high school, so I take that back. Where the fuck are they getting these numbers from? That is absolutely insane. If you're spending, yeah, there's no way. We're nowhere even like a fraction of that. As far as like with my kids, and we have one who has a condition, Pompei's disease, which is it's a rare kind of disease, but you know, that's something I might have to talk to y'all a little bit later about. But considering even her stuff that she's got going on, I can't see us hitting the 300,000 mark. You know what I'm saying? And we take good care of our kids. They got everything that they want and need. That's just absurd. I don't know where the fuck they're getting these numbers from.
Social media stepped in.
Let me know
and
down in the
ripped
comments
apart
if y'all
whatever
know.
fantasy was left. For the first time, okay, stepping away from the 50s and the 70s. In the 21st century, we weren't just seeing cute baby pictures and getting baby fever. A lot of sleepless nights and temper tantrums were getting recorded in 4K and posted online.
Somebody help me. Oh my.
Everything has gone
Yeah,
so
terrible
wrong
twos.
these past couple days. I am really trying to prevent a crash out.
Women were giving their brutal, honest reviews of pregnancy.
This is the worst experience of my life. I'm sore as hell all the time. I'm sad. I'm getting fat as my nose big as hell. I got hair growing in the middle of my titties. I never even had hair right there.
Leaving a lot of other women terrified and sitting
Oh,
this
shit.
one out. So the tone towards
I got hair
motherhood
between my
shifted, and the
taters.
more women shared
Oh,
their
no.
burnout, the more opting out seemed more reasonable.
I don't give a how cute a kid is. I don't want them. I gotta pay bills, cell phone bills, credit card bills. I gotta pay for expenses. I gotta pay for my own clothes. I gotta fend for my own life. So you think I want to bring life into this world and fend for another life?
And if people are gonna opt out of not having a baby, they're gonna do it very loud.
Hey man, I know this young lady who's made this video, and shout out to her already, again. But I'm looking at that comment. Being childless is peaceful. being a parent could be peaceful too. You know, if you got your kids in check. That is, I think, a part and the thing that people is missing, and this is where shit kind of gets deep. But before we get to the deepness, that terrible two thing, my shit was never that bad. My kids was never that bad at all. Now, when it comes to their mother, after me and the mother split, and decided to go our separate ways, the kids, well, one particular, my oldest, she has this thing with trying to, you know, manipulate her mom a little bit. And that's been corrected now, and she's doing a whole lot better. But in the past, even her as a young child, she kind of knew how to get under her mother's skin and, you know, trigger her. So, like, that's why, you know, that's why I kind of segued kind of by saying this shit could get very, very deep, what we're talking about. And I say that because an element of discipline kind of has been like regulated in this world, and I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but this whole thing with corporal punishment, I don't even know what the definition of that is. We should look it up, but fuck that, because following what the government wants and their rules and, you know, how they want and see how to do shit, that should never be somebody's go-to. You know what I'm saying? You got to figure out what you need to do personally in your own situation, not just take the words from other people in this generalized form. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, discipline is a big factor in how peace can kind of go in your household. It's a must. It's an absolute must. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? The kids need to have a certain kind of level of respect and fear for their parents. It's very important. So maybe this is what a lot of these parents are missing. Let's carry on.
Loud and proud. Now we're at this point of two extremes: the people who dream of having kids and the ones who treat them like the plague.
You cannot look at this and tell me that you don't have baby fever.
Ugh. I absolutely can, so please get it away from me.
Dude, anybody else feel like this? Like, I'm a mom, but like I f***ing hate kids. Like, I can deal with my baby, but like other people's kids, I can't stand them. Get that bastard away from me. I saw him walking and talking right now. You gotta go to your daddy house, boo.
If I'm saying your kid's cute, like, I'm lying to you. Sorry. I do not like children. I don't. To be fair, I don't have a child, but I imagine when I do have my own child, I will like the child. But I just...
You know, it always trips me out when somebody says that, you know, like, I don't like kids. Because you was a kid yourself, you know what I'm saying? So I wonder if they ever think about that when they're saying that. Of course you're not gonna not like yourself when you're a kid. But, you know, I'm just saying, everybody is a kid at some point in their life, right? You don't just come out the womb as an adult. That'd be very weird and odd. Let's not get too deep, X. My mind was just about to go somewhere, but let's not do that. Let's try to do it again. Let's just carry on.
Now, in the midst of all these anti-children social media posts, it's creating this brewing war of women who love kids and the ones who hate them.
When you think you'll have kids?
I'm not having kids.
What you mean you're not having kids?
I'm not having kids.
That's what you was born in.
Dude, she said she's not having kids. Respect it. Move on to the next question. Well, you gotta be like, what? What? What do you mean? I want to put a baby in you right now, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's why he's questioning her. Because, like, I don't know, man, but it's sad to hear. Well, I'm not even gonna say it's sad. It's just bullshit that there's two sides of people clashing with each other. Bitch, move the fuck on and respect each other's decision. You know what I'm saying? Like my decision to eat these Mechanites and not discriminate on the colors that come out. I don't even need to look at them. That's how y'all need to be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Why would you not want to have kids?
Why would I?
I'm asking you.
Why don't I want to have kids? I don't see any benefit.
For giving somebody life?
You have a kid and your life becomes about the kid. I want my life to be about me.
Oh, you selfish.
That's okay.
Why is it such...
Dude, that's not how the conversation should have went at all. It's not. your life does not have to end when you have a child. This is where balance comes into play, and I think, I don't know, man. I will say it as many times as I need to say it. I'm an anomaly. I figure shit out quick to make things, especially to make things comfortable and smooth flowing. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to ever have this cycle of shit that you don't like going on in your life. You know what I'm saying? Or shit that keeps bothering you. Why the hell would you keep putting up with that? Ain't that the definition of insanity? To keep doing something with that you know, expect different results with? I don't know, man. But, yeah. I apologize, yeah.
It's a crime that I don't want children and I do not like children.
Spike
Whenever I mention online anywhere that I don't like children, I don't want children, I want nothing to do with them, I don't want to be in the same room as a child, people act like I am threatening the entire human race.
I don't be around women who make hating kids their personality. Like, you don't like kids? You don't like babies? That's odd to me. If a kid isn't safe around you, I'm not safe around you.
Y'all see why I say there's two extremes? It's almost like you can't be in between. You either have your kids and you love them to death, or you have no kids and don't even want to think of the thought of them. And then, right in the middle of that, you have that one group of women who do have the kids, but they hate that they have to take care of them.
I only have one kid because I don't enjoy being a mother. Love my son to death. Absolutely hate the responsibility of being his mom. I take a shower, I gotta give him a shower. I buy me a shoe, I gotta buy him a shoe. I get ready in the morning, gotta get him ready in the morning. Gotta drop him off at school before I go to work. Gotta feed him, clothe him, bathe him.
I love my kids, but I absolutely do not enjoy motherhood. I am always responsible to do everything. The kids' fathers, they help when they want to help. But if it's not convenient for them, then it's left on me.
It definitely does put a bad taste in my mouth, the huge amount of women that basically come online and complain. And I mean, they go in on the fact that they have a child and on the fact that that child needs them.
I hate being a parent. It's actually disgusting. I don't mind people saying they get tired and they be needing a break and stuff like that, but saying that you hate being a parent is just weird. It's weird because you didn't have to have those kids. Like, I don't know. People like that, I kind of be feeling like would do something to their kids or would abandon or neglect their kids. Like, that's so trifling to me. We need to stop normalizing stuff like that.
But we can't forget about the other group of mothers. I know, there's more. And this is an extreme that no one really talks about. And that's the women who don't just love and chase motherhood. They chase the high that comes before it.
Reasons why I am obsessed with and want to be pregnant like 1,000 more times.
There are some women who are truly at their happiest when they are pregnant, and it's not necessarily just because, oh, I'm pregnant, this is what I'm supposed to do, this is what my body is designed for. Like, there's reasons for this.
There are.
You know, that is very, very interesting. Very interesting. This, for one, let's take appreciation of all the diversities of the extremes and the, you know, the middle grounds and the other extremes. All these different types of perspectives out there. You know what I'm saying? We got people who fuck kids, never. The ones who have kids, and you know, they're thugging it through, you know, going with the ups and downs. And then there's the ones who have kids but like hate doing the shit, the ones that we just kind of heard about. And then there's a bracket of women who love getting pregnant. That's I never really heard of it like that. Never did. You know, the whole process of pregnancy is pretty intense. So that's a little bit of a shock to me, you know, hearing women like that. That's quite interesting. I don't know. I spent 18 years pregnant. Holy crap! Is that back to back? I'm sorry.
Women who love being pregnant so much that they've been pregnant for years, like 8 years.
I have been pregnant for over 8 years. I have 11 kids. Pregnant with number 12, but I'm telling you, I hate being pregnant. I hate being pregnant. And I know that sounds weird,
but I do. Now, I don't want to question this woman's lifestyle choices, but to say you hate being pregnant and then you're pregnant for almost a decade. I don't know, girl. I'm just connecting the dots as I see them. You're building the puzzle. I'm just putting the pieces together. Now, this is another situation we could look at two sides of. You could see it as, oh, these women love the nature of bringing a child into this world to love and raise. Or you could see it as, oh, these women love the nature of bringing a child into this world, even if it forces the other babies to have to grow up faster than they should.
Mommy is pregnant! Because mommy's pregnant. They hear me, I said 12 children. You said 12 children. You guys, yeah, mommy's pregnant. Mom, you're pregnant. No, mom, you're gonna have children. Wait, no.
You pregnant again? Why you gotta say again? Get your brother. I'm trying to get kids. Why do you keep getting pregnant? It don't have nothing to do with you. You always asking me to hold a baby. I'm trying to hold a baby. No.
Damn.
No, that's actually stop getting pregnant. You always pregnant. You don't watch no kids. Why do you keep having kids?
A lot of older.
Oh man, that's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. She don't watch the kids, but she keeps getting pregnant. This is we're getting into a certain bracket of the video where the reality of the dark shit. It's about to like smack us in the face. Let's prepare.
Siblings sometimes have to take the role of the parent, even if they don't want to. And while the mom is attending the newborns, the oldest is making lunch and attending temper tantrums all at the same time.
My little brother's trying to get me to carry him. I'm trying to make tortillas for lunch. Keep in mind, he's fed, his diaper's changed.
I really hate thinking how mean I was to my younger siblings when we were growing up. I was just so mad all the time. I had to become a third parent, right? Like many of us do, and I didn't know how to parent. Like I didn't know. First of all, it wasn't my job, obviously. Like I shouldn't have had to learn. I should have just been able to be a child as well.
So while the mom keeps popping out those babies because she loves being pregnant so much, the oldest one is growing up and they're filling in those gaps that the mom doesn't have time for.
I think some moms end up with so many kids because they love the baby stage, but they don't like all the rest of it. And once that baby starts to get out of that baby stage, they start to feel unfulfilled again, and they need to fill that void with another baby. It is a cycle, and it's kind of sad.
This is I'm pretty sure that's true, and that's kind of that's a dark way of looking at shit, ain't it? This video is almost done, and I kind of feel a little bit bad that there's not a father perspective on this shit, because like I don't see. I mean, like I said at the beginning, I think, or somewhere in this video, that I love being a father. I love this whole thing. I think it's a little bit more easier for me just because of my circumstances. I'm a father that is kind of like, I guess I can say weekend father. You know, I am pretty much gone for most of the week until like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I only get with my kids then. The other times they're either with their grandparents or with their mother. So it's quite easier for me. I try to put myself in the shoes of seeing if they were with me 24/7, or you know, more often throughout the week. And of course, that'd probably be a little bit more headachy, but you know, I love my kids. I really love them so much, man. And I have 3 different personalities and shit, and I just love the diversity. I got 1 son, I got 1 daughter, and I got 1 stepdaughter. You know. And you're speaking of the stepdaughter, obviously, the mom had a child before me and her became a thing. So I was able to kind of learn to be a parent easier than most, I guess, when it comes to, I guess, your first time having a child. I was able to be taught some of the ropes at the beginning stages, and yeah, it was a smooth process for me. And plus, I got pretty much like what they call a village of people to help us help us when we needed the help, and still do. But yeah, so yeah, there's so many ways that shit could be smooth flowing, or it could be a very, very hard thing to deal with. That's why think twice about what you do. You know what I'm saying? It's not that hard. Especially when you get older and you look back and you be like, damn, I could have like waited to do things or covered up certain things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. There's a lot of precautions you could take if you don't want to get into a certain type of lifestyle, and that's, I think, the way that we all need to think going forward. Think about your future, especially when it comes to these type of things. People tend to overlook what the future could be just because of the heat of the moment type of thing, and these feelings. It's quite sad. And this is another thing too. Apparently, well, I'm not going to say apparently, but a lot of cases, sometimes the parents don't stay together, and they end up becoming what people call single parents. That could cause some crazy dynamics, with how shit goes. And it really, really sucks. So I guess my only really thing to say to that is be sure, talking to y'all woman, be sure about the man who you're dealing with, to make sure that he will thug it through the hurdles in life and in this whole process of having a child. You know what I'm saying? Make sure he's built for that, and he loves you to that extent, so that he will make that journey, stay on that journey with you. Because like, if y'all break up and y'all separate and y'all start doing this whole co-parenting thing, there's a lot of things that come with that. I don't have to explain this shit. Y'all can easily see. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit that comes through my algorithms talking about stuff like that, and it's quite sad. So, yeah, man, this is another piece. Let's go ahead and try to
I
wrap
think
this
we
shit
can
up.
be pretty honest here. Can't y'all see why some women want to be quote unquote selfish? Bringing a child into this world, to me, isn't something that should be done willy-nilly, or when you're not financially or mentally stable. It's a big deal. It's a huge responsibility, but it's also something that a lot of women want and enjoy. But there are a lot of people that can't fathom that.
Just because your parents didn't want you doesn't mean other people don't want theirs. Okay? I need y'all to accept that people want to be parents. They want to have kids. They want to take their kids to soccer games. They want to get up in the morning and cook breakfast for their children. Oh, well, if I had that kind of money, I'd be on vacation. I wouldn't get pregnant. That's so stupid. Do you realize that some people want to have their babies and then take their babies around the world?
So no matter what you want, I'ma be honest with y'all, you're gonna be judged. You'll be judged for laying down and having the children. Even if, when they're in those terrible twos and you get overwhelmed, you'll be judged for loving your kids, but hating being a mother and having to take on the responsibility of them.
The moms who say they love their kid but they hate motherhood, how didn't you know what you were signing up for?
You'll be judged for wanting multiple kids, but not being able to give all of those kids the perfect life. You'll even be judged for wanting help.
If you don't know the possibilities of your chance, the possibility and risk of your kids having Down syndrome, autism, being on the spectrum, cerebral palsy, all the above, do not have kids. And then on top of that, me not having help from nobody, having no support system, nobody.
That's what I'm talking about, you see?
He's with me 24/7.
If you have kids, nobody's obligated to help you. The only person who's obligated to help you is you and that person you had the kid with. Your family, friends, etc., they're not obligated to help you. They don't have to. So for those people who always come on social media complaining about how I don't have a village, my families and friends, they don't help me out with my kid, they're not obligated to help you. They're not.
Right.
You chose to
That's
have that
right.
baby, or you had that baby, so it is up to you to make sure that baby's well taken care of.
Generation after generation, women are told that motherhood is natural. It's not easy, but it's rewarding, and it'll make you whole, and it'll make you internally happy. But the minute a mom feels anything other than pure happiness, suddenly she's to blame.
The expectation.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna end it here. That whole last part right there that the woman was just saying, again, this shit is not rocket science, guys. It's not. If y'all are somebody who's hasn't had the ability, or I'm not gonna say the ability, but hasn't had the chance or the opportunity to have kids yet, this is another example or a very good video to like watch, to reconsider things, you know, or reinforce what you want to do going forward, because like these things cannot be reversed, obviously, right? And my mind is starting to go to very, very dark areas because there's a lot of evil out in this world. There is. But yeah, what having a child is actually it's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice to some extent, for sure. Okay, let's definitely get that straight through if y'all do not understand that. But that does not mean that your life has to end. Your goals do not have to stop or change. You know what I'm saying? You can still carry on with that. You just got to find that balance. And I guess also, yeah, considering that when the last woman who was on that clip, when there's parents that don't have, or single parents that don't have any help, that's a hard one. I would say, you know, there is actual help out there, you know, as far as like what the government kind of like offers, but I would be questionable. I would question that, you know. So I don't know, man. Think if you don't have people that you can kind of like fall back when shit gets rough, definitely hold out from having a child for sure. Okay, because breaks and times, having time to yourself is very, very important, even at when you're a parent. You know what I'm saying? And this is not something that you have to like have every day, or you know, a certain amount of time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say? You don't have to keep a routine of having a solo dolo day as a routine. No. You need to find this kind of balance and work with what you got going on. I don't know if I'm explaining that right. I don't. But we're gonna end it here, y'all. This one threw me for a loop a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. This one is definitely a hard subject to kind of really talk about, especially considering that it's mostly from the woman's side of things. I know this is only covering kind of like a fraction of like how shit actually is. I know they kind of generalizing and covering some of the emotions, the things that some of these women go through. But these emotions and these things that these women go through, it's like, it's not just something that just happens. It's an accumulation of things that kind of will lead to these feelings and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that just paints a bigger picture, if you know what I'm saying. If you know what I'm talking about. So, again, think twice about your decisions, y'all. Especially y'all ladies. And think twice about the people who you tend to, you know, lay down with. Same for y'all men, you know. Alright, so, forgive me, y'all. This was... I don't like going in this territory. I like to make things a little bit more chill and laid back, but... Yeah. Peace and prosperity to y'all.